Browns' Shedeur Sanders gets concerning news in latest prediction. At this point in time, no one knows what the future has in store for Shedeur Sanders with the Cleveland Browns. To begin the 2025 NFL season as a rookie, Sanders will be the number 3 quarterback on the roster. Joe Flacco will be the Week 1 starter, with fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel backing him up. Sanders could still be the long-term franchise quarterback for the Browns, but that remains to be seen. During the preseason, he showed off flashes of his potential, but he was unable to work his way up the depth chart. Heading into the future, it's possible that Cleveland could continue looking at quarterback options. A new prediction would be very concerning news for Sanders if it became a reality. The Athletic's Nick Baumgardner has predicted that the Browns will take South Carolina quarterback LaNorris Sellers with the 2nd overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. It's still way too early to know what the 2026 draft could look like for Cleveland, but Sellers could signal the end of Sanders' hopes to be a starter with the Browns. So much of this depends on what we see from the 20-year-old Sellers this season, Baumgardner wrote. He had some very nice stretches in the pocket as a sophomore last season, though, while remaining dangerous in the open field, and difficult to tackle at 6'3", 242 pounds. He has youthful habits to iron out, but Sellers has the tools to be a star at the next level. Bringing in a talent like Sellers with the number 2 overall pick would likely be the end of Sanders' starting hopes in Cleveland. It's likely that the team would move forward and build around a player picked that high in the draft. Read more. Steelers receive major Aaron Rodgers update before Week 1. Should that end up happening, it seems very likely that the Browns would be open to trading Sanders. Plenty of other teams around the NFL could swoop in, trade for Sanders, and give him a chance to earn a starting job outside of Cleveland. While there are still a lot of unknowns about Cleveland and Sanders, his future is uncertain. Fans will simply have to wait and see what comes next for the son of the legendary Deion Sanders. For more on the Cleveland Browns and general NFL news, head over to Newsweek Sports. The football world has a way of turning dreams into doubts, of shifting storylines overnight. Just when one young quarterback begins to envision himself as the heir to an NFL throne, another headline, another prediction, another twist in the grand narrative rises up to challenge his path. For Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, the latest news swirling around him has done just that, transforming what was once a hopeful trajectory into one clouded by concern, whispers, and projections that cast shadows on his bright future. A star arrives in Cleveland. When the Cleveland Browns selected Shedeur Sanders in the NFL Draft, the move was met with a combination of excitement, skepticism, and sheer curiosity. Excitement because Sanders, son of Pro Football Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, had shown brilliance at Colorado, where his poise, accuracy, and ability to read defenses made him one of college football's most talked-about quarterbacks. Skepticism because the NFL is littered with the remnants of hyped college stars who couldn't translate their success at the next level. Curiosity because the Browns were already a team in flux, with veteran Joe Flacco re-establishing himself late in the season and the future of Deshaun Watson still looming uncertain. Cleveland, known for its revolving door at quarterback, was gambling once again. But for a moment, it looked like Sanders could be the one to break the curse. His arrival was framed not just as a football story, but as a cultural moment, the son of Coach Prime, the charismatic force who had reshaped Colorado's program, stepping onto the NFL stage with the eyes of the sporting world watching. The Browns fanbase, battered by years of disappointment, embraced the idea. Sanders' jerseys popped up in Cleveland shops. Local media dubbed him the Prince of the Dog Pound. Optimism buzzed. The weight of expectations. But optimism is fragile in Cleveland. It never takes long for reality to creep in. Early in training camp, reports emerged that Sanders was struggling with timing against NFL defenses. His arm talent was undeniable, his composure evident, but the complexity of professional schemes, disguised blitzes, trap coverages, edge pressure from freakish athletes, tested him in ways college never had. Veteran teammates noted his maturity, his willingness to learn, and his work ethic. Still, every interception in practice was magnified. Every missed read became fuel for talk shows. When Joe Flacco effortlessly carved up the Browns' second-team defense during joint practices, whispers began, maybe Shedeur isn't ready yet. The prediction that shook the room. Then came the latest projection. An NFL insider, armed with analytics, scouting reports, and whispers from inside the Browns building, released a prediction that spread like wildfire across social media. Shedeur Sanders was unlikely to win the starting job, not just this year, but possibly for the next 2. The report cited three key factors: Joe Flacco's resurgence, the veteran's ability to manage games, mentor teammates, and win over coaches was seen as too valuable to discard. At 40, he wasn't the future, but he was still reliable in the present. Deshaun Watson's contract, with over $200 million guaranteed tied up in Watson, the Browns' front office remained tethered to him, whether fans liked it or not. Cutting ties wasn't financially feasible yet, meaning Sanders was fighting uphill against the salary cap itself. Shedeur's development curve. Scouts believed Sanders needed at least 2 full seasons of grooming before he could realistically carry an NFL offense. While his football IQ was high, the speed of the league had clearly overwhelmed him at times. The verdict. The prediction claimed Sanders might not see meaningful playing time until 2027. The locker room reaction. The report didn't stay confined to television studios or blogs. It found its way into the Browns' locker room. Players talked. Coaches deflected. Reporters swarmed. Flacco, always the stoic veteran, brushed it off. Predictions don't win games. Work does. Watson, still navigating his own uncertain footing, offered a half-smile and said, "Man, people been predicting stuff about me for years. Don't matter until the balls snapped." But for Sanders, the news hit harder. Not because he lacked confidence, but because he knew perception in the NFL is power. If a narrative builds that a young quarterback is destined to wait in the shadows, opportunities begin to shrink. Fans grow impatient. Front offices make alternate plans. The rookie could feel it, the subtle shift in how cameras lingered on him during practice, the tone of questions in press conferences, the online chatter that labeled him the Project QB. Dion's shadow. Adding to the pressure was the presence of his father. Deion Sanders, known for his bold declarations, had always preached confidence. He had said Shedeur was NFL ready. He had called him the most prepared quarterback in the draft. He had stoked belief not just in Shedeur's ability, but in his inevitability. Now, with predictions undermining that inevitability, the elder Sanders found himself in a delicate spot. Publicly, he remained steadfast, praising his son's growth and insisting the NFL was underestimating him. Privately, though, he was aware of the noise.